Welcome everyone to today's power checkpoint on the river, where the current is raging, the gates are boiling, and every captain is about to find out whether their boat has the muscle to climb or the wisdom to bow out. Right off the bat, a small coconut boat wobbles into frame, barely moving against the rush. With water this fast, there's no real chance. The hull tilts, the bow drifts, and the captain reads the situation perfectly. He nudges toward the bank and calls it. No need to gamble with a full load of coconuts. First attempt of the day ends in a smart retreat before even kissing the gate. Moments later, a heavier freighter rolls in, sitting deep and stacked to the brim. We don't know what it's carrying, but the captain's strategy is obvious: a clean, committed sprint. Speed builds quickly. It's either full throttle or just a very strong engine. They enter the gate channel and the current is fierce. But it doesn't matter. The bow keeps climbing, the stern throws whitewater, and the boat muscles straight through. No hesitation, no drift, just power doing what power does. Now here comes a trickier customer. The bow is getting swallowed by spray. Fast water and heavy cargo make for towering waves, and just before the hard part, the captain eases off. Maybe the turbulence spooked him. Maybe the line didn't feel right. Either way, he peels to the side and abandons the run. That's our first reminder today. To beat this gate you need horsepower and nerve. Then, lumbering into view, a true river giant, easily 70 or 80 meters long. It's not quick, but it's rock steady, like a bulldozer on water. The hull flexes, the bow holds, and all that tonnage simply shrugs at the current. If a ship this big couldn't pass, what would be the point? It pushes through clean and controlled, almost inevitable, and disappears upstream without drama. Fresh segment, fresh traffic, the current hasn't calmed, and the lineup is long. First to go is a high-power prop boat that slices in like the river's asleep. Spray flies high to both sides. The engine note stays steady, and in seconds it's through. Right behind it, another of the same class, only bigger. The bow punches up a wall of water, nearly over the deck. It's slower than the first, more weight, heavier load, but it keeps grinding forward. The current bites hard, the captain stays on it, and the stern kicks out a monster wake and a plume of black smoke. That's pedal to the metal, and it gets the job done. A lighter runner waits for a gap and then zips through as if the current forgot to show up. Another boat follows with its bow riding high and its stern carving the river into ribbons. Blink and you miss it. Today, nobody's holding up the line. With water like this you'd expect casualties. But so far it's a parade of clean passes. Finally, a struggler. Even before the gate, it drifts offline and crawls. This might be the slowest approach we've seen all day. Every seasoned captain knows if you're slow at the entrance you'll suffer at the exit. The stern coughs thick black smoke, throttle buried, engine begging, and the toughest section sits right ahead. It inches, shudders, almost stalls, and then finds just enough relief in the flow to tip over the lip. It makes it, though it probably cost half a tank of fuel. A win is still a win. Let's take a breath and look at what the water is doing. The head difference at the gate is obvious now. It drops like a small step. Boats going down barely notice. Boats going up feel everything. At best you burn fuel. At worst you stall and slide backward like an escalator going the wrong way. Back on the line, the next boat looks confident, full power. Committed angle, no pause. The stern wash says the engine has headroom. Thick smoke, hard push, and a clean pass. Another boat, even larger, comes in fast. The captain is literally steering with his foot. Veteran move. When you know your rig, a boat can feel as natural as a car. He floats the line, holds power, and breezes through like it's a quiet pond. Then a third boat rolls up looking fine, until it isn't. Inside the gate, speed fades, then fades some more, and then just stops. With all the experience watching this spot, you can call it early. It's not going to make it. Best play is to back out before you burn more fuel. And that's exactly what happens. It eases down with the flow and lives to try again. Foot steering is fun. Horsepower is what pays the bill. Here's a quick montage in your mind's eye. Bows punching spray. Sterns boiling with prop wash. Exhausts puffing under load. Captains reading the turbulence, either committing or bailing. Today's current is stress testing engines, props, hull shapes, and decision making. And the river is brutally honest. Strategy matters. You don't save it for later at a gate like this. If you're climbing into fast water, you set your line early. Build speed before the squeeze. And hold steady power through the crest. The moment you hesitate, the river won't. It'll spin your bow, grab your beam, and send you sliding back like you never tried. Watch this mid-weight freighter set up perfectly, square to the flow. Bow aimed where the thrust needs to go. The captain commits, no flutter, no panic, just a steady grind. The wake climbs, the hull shudders, the bow wins the crest, and the rest of the boat follows. That's textbook. Now compare it with a hesitant approach. A smaller cargo boat angles in, sees the turbulence, and instinctively eases off. The bow slides, the current catches the side, and suddenly it's crabbing across the channel. The prop pushes more sideways than forward. They recognize it fast and peel away. That's a good call. Better to reset than force a bad line and waste everything. Here comes a serious contender. Longer hull, stout stern, clean prop bite. Watch the stern and you can tell the difference. The water's getting thrown, not just stirred. The bow rises, eats the chop, finds the smoother water beyond the boil, and the speed builds. That is how you turn thrust into momentum. Another clean pass. And now, here's the moment that keeps people watching. A compact workboat, short hull, heavy deck load, shoots into the entrance a little too centered in the worst of the boil. It slows, then shimmies. The captain adds power. Smoke thickens, but the bow keeps bobbing in the roughest patch. It hovers on the edge, one more surge. A breath of calmer water. And it tips over the lip. Big exhale. That was close. Count it up and you've got a day full of wins. A couple of smart retreats. And a few captains proving that guts without horsepower is just noise. The river always tells the truth. So what did we learn at the power checkpoint? Strong engines matter, but timing matters just as much. A clean, committed line will beat raw speed when the water turns angry. If you're slow at the entrance, you're in trouble at the exit. Know when to commit, and know when to bail. That's the difference between a smooth climb and an expensive slide. And that wraps today's run. If you enjoyed this river showdown, make sure to subscribe and come back for more real-world power tests. Captain calls, and close calls. Tell us which boat impressed you the most, and what you would have done differently at the gate. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you on the next climb upstream.